Does having other children in the home affect child support in Oklahoma? I'm Tulsa attorney James Worth, and that's the question that we're dealing with as part of our series related to the Oklahoma Child Support Guidelines. And like many of the other questions that we've handled, this one is covered by statute in the guidelines, and you can find it in Title 43, Section 118C, subsection D, subsection 2. And that deals with other children in the home and how it affects child support. And essentially what that means is that you're caring for these other children, and because of that, it may affect the income that you impute in the case that's before the court in determining what the other party's child support is going to be, or your child support is going to be, depending on who has primary custody of that children. So in this circumstance, you've got a court case going on, you're going before the court, and you have kids from a prior relationship or a subsequent relationship that are also residing with you. Now, it's not enough to have step kids or something like that. These have to be kids that are you're legally responsible for. So you've got custody of them. They're your other biological kids or they're adopted kids, and that you are supporting them in the home. And because of that, the law anticipates that there's going to be additional expenses to care for those kids that may not be available to either pay child support or that can determine how much child support you should be receiving in the case that is before the court. So how do you determine that amount? Well, essentially, you do kind of a child support calculator related to those kids, just like you were putting a child support order on those. And then on your side, you take 75% of the amount that you would be obligated to pay in child support if you were paying child support on those kids, and you get to deduct that from your income that's imputed on the child support calculator for the case that's currently before the court. And what that means is that if you have custody in the case currently before the court, that means the child support obligation, the pro rata share that the other party's responsible, is going to go up because your income went down. Or if it's reversed, it means that your pro rata share is going to go down, your child support you have to pay is going to go down. So long story short, if you have other kids at your home that you're legally required to care for, that is going to affect child support numbers in your favor, because the law understands that there's going to be expenses associated with that child that kind of changes the dynamic in what is appropriate for the other children. So if you've got any questions about that at the Oklahoma Child Support Guidelines, you're going to want to talk to an attorney privately, confidentially. To get that scheduled with somebody at my office, you can go online to makelawEasy.com.